Now, how about now, YouTube? Are you receiving enough frame rate now? Come on. Come on. All right, YouTube. Boot up. Boot it up. Boot it up there, YouTube. There we go. We got something. What's going on, Turbo Tony E4? Wyatt Black. All right. So we got something. We got a little something working. We're hoping the shit finishes up with the error, because right now YouTube's giving me the error. My internet now should be good at this point in my life. I mean, you would think at 30 years old I could figure out how to have decent internet, but I live in the middle of nowhere. We just got it upgraded, so we'll see. All right. So today, my Ninja Monks, let's go and do the intro. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it old school status. Actually, we're about to be rocking this fucking fruit snacks here. Ready? Steady, go. What's going on, Jason Leprechaun? 1, 2, 3. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I got to make sure you can see me. Otherwise, I feel silly doing this without anyone watch. Okay, there we go. We got it. We fucking got it. I got a green light. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Nas. With that being said, let's just go ahead and delve into the shit. Today, we've got something that I'm actually semi-excited about, because I haven't had a dripper. I haven't had a dripper be sent to me for quite some time. Because of the whole, PACT Act, all sorts of good stuff. But this one came directly from the militia, from my boy Steven Maldonado. This is the Talo X by Geek Vape. Now, it's not the newest, it's not the latest, not the greatest. Actually, we don't know if it's not the greatest yet. I haven't tried it. So with that said, I'm actually semi-excited about it. Although I did see the deck is pretty free-range wick. A lot of you guys know how I feel about free-range wick. It's not my world's favorite situation when it comes to that. I just want to make sure again that we can hear me. Okay, we can? Good. We're great. We're golden. I'm gonna go ahead and share this over on Patreon. Go and copy and paste it. Make sure that we're up. And we're also gonna be rocking the Smock. This is old school fucking build. This is the Smock Guardian. Is this the 2? Smock Guardian 3. The Smock Guardian 3 pipe, the E-pipe, as it were. Okay, let's go and post this. Talo X 123 live. Bam sluice. Bam sluice. And you guys watch Gold Rush, by the way? It's like that's my shit. All right, so let's go and pop this over here. Ready? Steady. And you guys should be able to see it. Tell me if you can. Tell me. Bam. Can you guys see it? Look at this. We fucking got this whole thing pro'd out now at this point. Just got to make sure the light actually works. Beautiful. Look at that. Perfection, my Ninja Monks. All right, so let's X out of this. God, you would think I'd had this figured out by now, but I don't. That's all right. Thank you so much, Turbo Tony. So we have Jason, Blake Sports, Heather Moore. You know what? Me too, Heather. It's probably one of my favorite shows in the whole world. That one, and then of course Bering Sea Gold. I think Bering Sea Gold is way better. Way better. All right. So with that said, let's just go and pop out the Talo as we speak. Geek Vape Talo X. Now again, this one came out like, I don't know, end of 2020, something like that, along those lines. And I haven't had a chance to get my hands on it. I wasn't genuinely interested in it. I really, truly wasn't, because it has that like dead rabbity pandemic / axial style deck where the blocks just sit up. The deck sits up off of the base. And I'm not a huge fan of free range wick for many reasons, but mostly because there's nowhere for me to put my wick. And I get issues with flavor. I get issues with a bunch of different stuff on there, but I got to say the exterior looks beautiful. We got this fucking piss yellow drip tip Ultim, which I still to this day think that we can change the color. There's no reason for this to be that color. I want to make sure this looks decent for you guys. Yeah, it looks good. All right, so the top, that's an 810, by the way, looks pretty standard. Let me grab my mod. Grab the mod, the Guardian 3. Holy shit, this thing is tiny. Look at that barrel on the inside. Now, this does have these weird little rampy deals that bring the airflow down towards the coils, which I do approve of, especially because I'm not a huge fan of, like I said, free-range wick-style decks. Orange, That's an orange O-ring. I like that. I fucking like that a lot. Geek Vape straight up jacked KTM's colors, by the way, which I'm all right with that. Super all right with that. 2 little tabs on the bottom, either side. That's going to keep it from locking. Now this, I should have grabbed a square mod because I can't build on the Guardian 3 sitting like this. So let's just go ahead and zoom in quick. All right. Now I think it does come with coils. If it doesn't, we're going to have to grab some coils from behind me. Grab the box. Where's a decent mod I could use? You know what? I'll just go to use a Proto Vapor 2016. Old school. Just fixed up on my boy Josh Salandier. By the way, I just dropped a shit ton of sweetener inside of my my daily vape, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. You guys have no idea. So let's pop that tallow onto the Proto Vapor. Man, we might end up by using this Proto Vapor for the actual review of this RDA. Okay, so we have that set. This is tiny. Look how adorable this is. This isn't necessarily something I would personally like pick out to buy. So I'm glad somebody sent it, and that way I didn't have to purchase it. Pop this out. What do we got inside the box? Oh shit, do we have a little coily setup? We sure do. We have do not eat. I still think that that's a conspiracy. If you do eat that, you probably turn into a superhero. A little a guide for your coils. We have a squonk pin. We do have adorable little T screwdriver, something along those lines. And of course, grub screws. Fucking grub screws for days. Is that a 510 adapter? What year is this? I like this shit a lot, especially if I'm going to rock this on a squonk style setup. I'm going to rock a 510 drip tip. I still hold, I still hold the fact that I genuinely believe 510 drip tips is like a laser pointer onto your tongue of flavor, right? Where the 810 is more of like a whoosh washing effect, and I just don't like it. Not a huge fan. All right, let's use this provided screwdriver. I hate these style screwdrivers. If it comes with a flathead, bro, just send me a fucking flathead. Okay? Don't send me this like multi-use. Has anyone kept one of these on their key ring and ever actually used it? I haven't. I'm going to get a real screwdriver. Fuck this. All right, so we've got a real screwdriver. P.S. If you guys can hear that high-pitched whine, I apologize. That's my lighting on this camera. There it goes. Perfect. Whoever invented flatheads need to stop. And I know it came out back in like the 1920s probably. And there's no reason for them to still exist. None whatsoever. This does come with some aglet style shoelace cotton, which I was going to use some Stellar, some King Khalifa. So it come with what? I thought it came with 2 coils. There we go. We got 2 coils. All right. So just to see, measure out what it looks like. We have a fairly deep deck here. That's what she said. So I'm going to rock this at what? Okay. Let me grab my snippets. Once again, guys, you'd think I'd be prepared at this, but I'm not, so it's all right. So let's go and turn this light off quick because that noise is giving me a headache for a second. I'm going to move the camera back on my face because that's what you want to see anyway. Gorgeous. Let's see what we got in chat. Miss Yanni, don't forget to smash the like button. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and snip these right here, right now. Again, I know the lighting's not great at the very moment, but I can't do that damn high-pitched whine. Use these old school Walmart snips. These are the flush snips. Let's go and see where it's at. God, I like this gold deck. I got to say, man, in terms of free range wick situations, this one is not going to be my favorite. I'll tell you that off the bat. So it's not 9. Let's go and go with 7. Take a little bit more off these coils, or off these legs rather. Also, I'd like to know what everyone's vaping on at the moment. If you can't get, by the way, if you can't get liquid, I just realized I had yesterday going through a box with one of the militia members looking at stuff that, he needed some liquid, needed some stuff. I have an abundance of liquid that most people probably wouldn't want because it's 6 milligram. If you need 6 milligram liquid, let me know. Let me know and I will take care of you because I would rather somebody get it before it goes bad than just have it sit there collecting dust. All right, so we've got coil 1 installed. Let's go and check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Turn stealth mode off. 0.20 ohms, 100 watts is going to be a little bit much. All right, 6. Dick don't film me now. All right, let's go and pop this coil into the other side of the deck. Again, big shout out to Steven. He didn't have to send this out. The fact that he did made my week. We have to take just a cunt hair off this other leg. There it goes. There it goes. Beautiful. I'm gonna look at chat. Bam Bam said Kyla Mini V2 on top of the Nova. 6 milligram vapor right here. Bam Bam, you already know, bro. Hit me up. Shoot me a text message. Yeah, we'll get you some liquid. Beautiful. All right, now where's my coiler tool? Pop this over like that, and we're gonna go ahead and start doing some dry hits on it. Make sure these screws are nice and tight. Oh, I almost just got my finger burnt up. You guys see that? That would have been some bad news bears. There we go. 0.3 ohms. All right. Now you're not going to be able to see this part because I want to make sure I get these guys down, pat, and tight. Do this one more again. Make sure this leg's inside there. Yeah, so no, I've been rocking. I'm actually down on my last bit of my daily drips, which is different than my daily vape. My daily vape is my menthol, but I've had a hell of a time looking and finding my fruit snacks or any grape that I actually enjoy, because of the whole international shipping or domestic shipping from E&B from anywhere actually. And I just sent out my last of strawberry casitos. If anybody has any grape suggestions at all, okay, any grape suggestions that I haven't tried, put that shit in the chat because that's what I'm going to be looking for in particular. All right, so 0.15 ohms, that seems much more close to what we need. There we go. Let's take a look. Man, I never had problems with Geek vape coils, but these ones kind of feel a little chintzy, a little bit on the chintzy side. Get these hot legs out there. Gorgeous. Actually, I wouldn't call that gorgeous. We'll call this medium. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Let that cool down for a second. I want to see some grape suggestions once more. We'll take a look. Nas Bad Drip Drooly has grape gobstopper. Is it good or is it more of a candy style? I'm looking for something if anyone has any experience with fruit snacks, this is my absolute last bottle right here. And if I could get my hands on something that is similar or close to it, where it's much more of it is like a Welch's, but it doesn't have that chemical afterburn, that chemical aftertaste rather. Let's go and pop this aglet cotton in there. This is a decent amount of cotton. You could end up by using this for several different builds. All right, and it's not overshoot the amount of cotton. Now with these aglets, I tend to take it and I twist it. So I'll twist it, and that way we can get most of it. Now this style deck, you don't necessarily have to worry too much about overpacking it. For whatever reason, these free-range wick style RDAs, for whatever reason, can take so much more cotton than your average RDA, RTA, what have you. Okay, I'm gonna save this one for later. Again, pop the aglet through there. I'm gonna twist it. Perfect. Yeah, with this one, I wouldn't have to comb out either. These style decks, I usually don't comb out my cotton much anyway, unless it's something where I know can be finicky. Okay, that seems actually like quite a bit of cotton. I'm gonna take some of this out. Back it off by a couple millimeters. There we go. I have a feeling we're in that golden ratio zone. Tweezers. Why do I forget my tweezers on a constant basis? I have to use my nose picking ones. Perfect. One set, second set. Perfect. Again, with this style deck, I'm not a huge, I'm not worrying about how much cotton. These can take quite a bit more. And if you look inside the barrel, the way that it's set up with that top cap, it's like ramped down, which I like. All right, so these airflow slots, I'm curious to see how smooth they are. I haven't even like taken a dry puff or anything, but I can tell you from looking at it, I'm going to judge, and I'm going to say this is probably a super smooth RDA because it's not wide open. It's got those little jail bars, as it were. So let's go and grab our fruit snacks. EMB is no longer a sponsor of the channel, not because, for any other reason other than shipping situation, the PACT Act, but I'll tell you, like we did, I don't want to say we left on good terms, but like, yeah, I've had such a good relationship with EMB, over the past couple of years, and big shout out to them, man, because there's so many different companies out there that I've had either shit relationships with or like fine ones. EMB was like definitely one of the most classy companies in terms of like the owner, just fucking ease of working with them, etc. And not to mention their liquid for the most part was super high quality. There's a couple of their shits that, in my opinion, were garbage, but that's any company. I don't care how good of a line you provide. You're not going to please all the people all the time. Simple as that. Let's get that nice and soaked. That's what she said. Speaking of that shit, we were in a mirror maze yesterday, and it made me realize, this is going to sound ridiculous, it made me realize like how much we're monkeys. Because like I've got years of experience in a lot of different shits. I've gone to school. I've done all this. I consider myself to be a fairly smart person, right? Like fairly intelligent. We won't say smart. But in a mirror maze, I felt like a 3-year-old who was lost at a carnival full of serial killers. It's legitimately one of the scariest. None of my life experience helped me yesterday in a mirror maze. I thought I was smart, and I looked at the bottom of the mirrors, and you can see like these lines of where the mirrors are. I was like, oh, just follow the lines. And I tried that, and I hit my head hard, like hard. Fucking scary. You don't realize how dumb you are until you are in the situation where you're like, I've never had an experience. I don't have any experience in this. All right, so let's go and let that soak. Let's go and grab that Guardian 3. I don't want to, juke you guys out of that shit. But Guardian 3, smock. This is old school pipe. I believe my boy Perry's actually going to pick this up. Let's go and make sure those are aligned. They're aligned. Is it on? We're at 32 watts. That's where we'll start with. This is a new coil. The answer is yes. You have to let it sit. There's only one button, which is kind of a ridiculous design in my opinion. All right, let's pop over here. Yes, we have it. Oh, push and hold. There we go. Push and hold it. Let's go and make sure that this is running perfect. Definitely not 32 watts worthy though. Plus. Okay. Let's just go up to, what is the max on this? Let's bring it to its max. I think it's probably got to be 60 or 80, something like that. Let's say 70 watts. 70 point, fuck, that's going to mess me up. I can't do 70.1. 71, that'll work. Let's let it sit. There we go. Let's go and take a hit, my Ninja Kitties. Ready? Steady, go. Not quite enough power. Not quite enough power. Let's take a hit. God dang. That is a fantastically smooth RDA. This might be, holy shit. This might be the RDA to make me rethink my ideas on free range wick. Why won't my light turn off, you guys? There it goes. This might be the RDA to make me rethink free range wick. I'm gonna go ahead and just bump the power up just a bit. Ready? Nope. I don't know how to use this mod anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unlock. There we go. Let that go up. Let's just full maximum wattage. This battery's probably pretty old too. 75 watts is its max, by the way. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go and take a puff. Steven Maldonado rocking my engine armor RDA with the mums plug. That sounds sexual. Dr. Von Braun vapes. like cartoon stars hard. That's right. What's going on, Big L? Oh my gosh. You guys, this already, Steven, you might have fucked my whole paradigm up on this one. I don't like free range wick at all, but clearly I don't know what I'm talking about because this is exactly what I don't like. And it is, this is excellent. Hang on a second. This mod, the single 18650, can't keep up with it. I'm going to pop this on the Proto Vapor. Old school 2016 DNA 250 Proto Vapor out of Hawaii. Hands down, one of my favorite custom devices I've ever owned in my entire life. Big shout out to my boy Josh. He's the one that's actually fixed this mod more times. More time, man, probably 4 times now. It's going to hit it. 101 watts. It seems a little ridiculous, but we're going to do it. Whoo! So I'm not going to lie to you guys. Me and Mandy got COVID vaccinated. I think we got the Moderna last week, I don't know, Friday. And it was a little scary because like there's a part of me that like, look, I don't believe in conspiracies or none of that bullshit. But maybe, just maybe, I'm wrong. And I'm more than open-minded to understand that, listen, I genuinely believe that there are people in the government, just like any other job, that are bad people. But in terms of straight up like conspiracies, thinking about, just straight up murdering the human race or like the American people, I really don't think so. There's no fucking chips. There's no chips, no microchips, but fucking maybe, dude. And so when I had no reaction, my arm hurts and I was super tired, but that's about it. But when my wife, like she felt feverish, her arm, it looked like she was flexing her tri. It was scary. It was scary. Like if my wife, oh my God, dude, I would go haywire. Like I would, whatever size whistle I've got, I would blow that shit. I would blow that shit super hard. You know what I'm saying? Like with whatever small platform I've got, if there was anything going on with this whole Moderna, what do you call that, vaccine, man, it scares me. Some of that shit it doesn't scare me, it makes me nervous. However, I know my logical brain says, shut the fuck up, you're worrying about nothing. Oh my God, you know what, you guys? This RDA may stay in the collection. This shit is ridiculous. This is wide open. I don't even have it aimed towards the coils right now. Look at this. Let's just go ahead and aim these little gel bar deals, the little mesh bars, actually directly towards the coils right here. And then let's go and use that ramp. I'm curious. Oh, that wasn't wide open. That was not wide open. That was the medium, whatever the fuck this medium was. Let's go and bring there. Wide open as we speak. Let's just hit it. 90 watts. Wow. Stu, just be careful. Keep an eye on the side effects. I couldn't agree more, Stu. Again, the airflow is, Yanni, you hit the nail on the head. The airflow on this is ridiculous. I don't think I've used an RDA that I can say that has something this smooth and this flavorful at the same time. I've never, and you can mark my words, you can go back and watch every free range wick review I've done. I've never had a free range wick RDA that I not only think is fantastic. This is like a top 10 of 2021 thus far. Granted, it came out last year. Yanni says, I'm glad you guys didn't get sick. My brother still won't ride his motorcycle yet because he's nervous after a seizure. Yanni, that's he's being smart about that. That whole seizure thing you talked about, is, if it's cool that I talk about it on here, I'm going to. Ismet, yep, 100%. Says wife had COVID and slept beside her every night and didn't get it. I don't think I need shit. Yeah, see, someone like you, Heath, bro, some people's immune systems, like my wife said, people with really good immune systems actually have a worse reaction than people with worse immune systems. I had no reaction at all, except for I had an owie arm and I was tired. She had a really bad reaction, but she never gets sick. Never, ever, 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 ever gets sick. Never gets sick. But she's the one that had the bad reaction. Me, I get sick 2-3 times a year. I haven't gotten sick since lockdown, which is insane to me. Like it feels so awesome to know. I don't know. I haven't been not sick for 2 years as long as I can remember. It's just awesome to feel like healthy. Yeah. And Yanni said, so I think it was her brother had a seizure after the initial vaccine. I don't remember if it was the first or second shot, but when she had said that, like, Yanni's one of those no nonsense people. Like, if she says some shit, like, you listen. Made me nervous. It made me fucking nervous. Turbo Tony, if you can't, I think you're a part of Patreon. If you're not, dude, if you are, listen, let me keep this RDA for another few days. Let me just kind of rock it just because I'm really enjoying this RDA. And by the time I get tired of it, which I will, inevitably, I've got more than enough gear that I still haven't opened yet that I'm sure is going to be decent or just as good as this. Fucking hit me up. We'll work something out. Deal? Steven, I appreciate the hell out of you sending this because I would have never purchased this on my own. Also, I want to make note of the placement of the coils. I did see a couple of different builds. I think Matt from Suck My Mod placed his coils in a different fashion than I did. Anytime, this is just I don't want to call myself an expert, but I've had enough of these style decks to where I can tell you there's two different schools of thought. You either like a really wet vape where your coils are kind of dead center with a drip tip. Myself personally, I do enjoy that, but when your barrel is this short, right, where the coils are coming, like, we're talking 2 and 3 millimeters from the top of this barrel, which makes it maybe 5 millimeters from your lips after you count, take into account as the drip tip. I personally find that I have a better vape with this style deck with the coils separated and off to the sides. So if you look down, right here, if you look down, you're going to see one coil that's more towards the center and one coil that's completely off to the side. Let me see. I'm hoping that this focus, you fuck. Focus. There it goes. Right here. So take a look. I'll take the drip tip off. And one coil sits more towards the middle. One coil sits more towards the off. That's not because I'm just, dumb and didn't realize what I was doing. It's literally, it's just the best. Like, it's just the best for flavor, in my opinion. What's going on, Bearded Vapes? Bearded Viking Customs. What's going on, buddy? Open it up wide open again. That's off. That's off. That's on. It's on. Nope, can't find it. What the fuck gave me a camera? There we go. Real quick, guys, update. So GoPro sent me so if you're not aware, there is a new channel there, and I've got a full video recorded already. I've got GoPros on the way. They're back ordered from GoPro's website. I can get GoPros from other places, but I can't get the same deal. I got 2 GoPros for like $800 plus a subscription, plus a microphone, plus cases and all that shit for like literally 25% off what would have been retail. So I'm still waiting for the cameras, and I can't take them back once I use GoPro's code for their subscription. But what I was going to say was I am working on the 28th is when that auction drops, and I just filmed that portion of the auction, or that portion of a second video. I just put a bid in on a go-kart, need some quote-unquote TLC, which is what I want. I've got an extra turbo, essentially a force induction stage 3 kit for a ridiculous size motor. It's a kid's go-kart, but we're going to see if we can't like pin this shit 60, 70 miles an hour. That's going to be kind of like the style of the second channel. Buying shit, flipping shit. I put a maximum price of $500 on this go-kart. Once it is up and running, we put some street tires on it. We're going to see if we can't flip it for 2 or 3 times what we paid for it. That type of stuff. Or if the kids really enjoy it, we'll keep it for the kids, but they're going to have to figure something out in order to fucking make the second flip worth it. So again, just to touch base, I will release that channel when it's ready to release. I want 4 episodes ready to go. I will drop that on Patreon before anywhere else. And then once it's on there, we'll go ahead and pop that bad bitch on, public status. We're going to see if we can't get our own slice of this YouTube money that's outside of vaping. Because clearly, the vape industry right now is struggling. Let's go and take a hit. Where the fuck have you been, Geek Vape? How come no one's talked about this in the same way that I'm talking about it? If it wasn't for Steven, I appreciate you more than you know. Holy fuck. Thank you so much, Yanni. I like to put my coils to the airflow. Yeah, see, that's essentially what's going on here. It's more or less half and half. I didn't do quite, symmetrical on that. which I'm sure is going to bother Yanni. Her and I both struggle with some OCD tendencies, but I just like what I like with these style decks. One that's more towards the center, the other one that's completely off. And to me, you get a good mixture of both. Simple as that, you guys. It's going to take one more hit, and after that, we'll run it down. And yeah, we'll start recording tomorrow's review, which is the Abyss. By the way, let me go and just talk shit about the Abyss for a second. So I got the Abyss a couple weeks ago. Big shout out to Suicide Mods. They didn't have to, and I asked them to please send me 2 mods, or I charge a specific amount of money for a review if they want it done on a certain specific date. But they sent out 2 mods, 2 Abysses, and I've seen nothing but ass kissy shit about the Abyss. Don't get me wrong. This thing is built like a tank, and it's very high quality. And I've got my own ass kissy things to say about this thing. Is ridiculous. However, I didn't want to review it right away, and there's a good reason for it. It's $135 just for the mod, not the fucking bridge, not the ether bridge, not the other bridges for the Nords, etc. At first I was like, this is basically a super hyper expensive version of just a fucking Smock Nord or a Nautilus, etc. And I will tell you, I ate my words. So you'll see how I ate my words and why I ate my words. I ate crow. I was not correct on that. I've got myself a Smock Nord. I had actually went and bought one. I have a whole pack of Nord coils. I was like, fuck it, let's just go A and B it. So I A and B'd the Nord 2 with the Abyss version. The Abyss version had better flavor for a longer period of time. Also, you have the ability to swap batteries. So there's so many more advantages you get with it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Nord 2 flavor is great by itself. In my opinion, the Abyss makes it that much better. Here's some down stuff. Here's some downsides to that. This is all I get from this mod. You see that leaking? And no one's talking about it, and I don't know if it's because I'm the only one with that experience, but it's nonstop leaking. So you've got to live with the fact that it's a $135 device that's leaking, but it's also got better flavor than the original devices that it's replacing. And the fact that you're getting 5 or 6 mods in one, for the money, I don't know that you can get much better right now. I don't know if there's another device out there. I've got a big shout out to my boy Wyatt. Hit me up with this. Let me go and grab it. This is the Digi Flavor. Excuse me, I'll grab my headphones. This is the Digi Flavor ZZ1 or the Z1, the SB, the side-by-side kit. This is essentially their answer to, the Abyss. Much less expensive, I believe, much less expensive version. But it comes with that, the 510 is already there. It comes with the tank, etc. I'm excited to rock that, and I'm also excited to actually try the ether with my daily vape. I did try the ether with Pod Juice, I believe it was. And it was fantastic. It was amazing, but I want to try it with a round wire coil with my daily vape menthol, just because again, for $135, I'm expecting it to be, blown away, and I'm hoping. But this is much more billet boxy, in which you can swap parts, which to me is right now financially, all my money is going into the second channel. I don't have spare money, and I am really close to dropping money I don't have on parts for the Abyss, because you can customize it to the point where I had no idea there were that many parts, even down to the button. Albeit I'm probably a little late on that fact. Everyone probably knows that. I don't stay super listen, my passion is in vaping. Passion isn't in oh, let me just get everything I can possibly get that's brand new. I just enjoy the products. That's why I'm also using a Smock Guardian 3, It works just as good then as it does now. Simple as that. I'm curious to hear everybody's opinion on that Abyss, especially when it drops, that review. You feel me? With that said, my Ninja Kitties, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. More importantly, huge shout out to Stephen Maldonado. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/ThesisHimself. Militia, you guys have kept this alive, far beyond than what I would ever is expected. I thank you guys with my whole giant juicy heart. Okay, bitch, it's okay. Smell the truckers. Now, with that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate you for vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. I'm out.